Hey guys, it's Shelby from Big Cat Creative, and in this video, we'll be going over how you can easily transfer from WordPress to Squarespace. There are a ton of reasons why you might be considering this switch. Maybe you are looking for a more all-encompassing platform, maybe you're interested in purchasing one of our premium Squarespace templates, or maybe you're just in need of a change and have heard really great things about Squarespace. Whatever the reason, we see this all the time, so you're definitely not alone. That's why we wanted to create this super easy to follow, step-by-step guide to show you just how doable this transition is and how you can quite literally make the switch in a matter of hours. So let's just dive right in to all the good stuff. First and foremost, the most important thing to note before we dive into the how-tos is that WordPress and Squarespace are by nature completely different platforms. This means that you're not going to be able to transfer over everything from your WordPress site and expect it to look and function exactly the same in Squarespace. The main goal of this transfer is to move over your main website content. This includes your site pages, so your homepage, your about page, etc. Of course, your individual blog posts, the content on your pages, so individual images, text, blog categories, blog comments, things like that. What's not possible to bring over from your WordPress site is your site's theme design, including colors and fonts. So the design and the styling of your website in WordPress will not be transferred over. Some other things that you can't transfer over include plugins, gallery images, aka a collection of images, image captions, and custom CSS or advanced coding. And just make sure that you familiarize yourself with Squarespace before you decide to make this transfer, because these two are completely different platforms. The capabilities that you currently have and are used to on WordPress might not be available in Squarespace. You're going to have some differences in plugins and widgets and platforms that can connect. So you'll have to find different Squarespace-based solutions for these features. There's also differences between pricing, design, scalability, security, things like that. We have a bunch of different guides on our blog about Squarespace versus WordPress and why we recommend Squarespace for small business owners. So definitely be sure to check all of those out. They'll be linked in the blog that is in the description below this video, and those will be super helpful in informing you all about Squarespace before making the transfer. All right, now that you are aware of what can and cannot be transferred, let's get into the nitty-gritty of making the switch. So step one is going to be sign up for Squarespace and choose a template to get you started. You can head over to squarespace.com to sign up and create your account. And when you first get into your account, you'll be prompted to choose from one of Squarespace's free templates to get you started. Now, this can feel a little bit overwhelming because there are so many incredible templates to choose from, but the really cool thing about the Squarespace version 7.1 templates is that they all have the same exact features and are all completely customizable. So it doesn't even really matter which one you choose to get started with. Go ahead and choose one that you like the look of, click on it, then click Start with this design to get started. The other option you have is to instead purchase a pre-designed template like our premium Squarespace templates to start your new website with. If you are planning on completely refreshing the design of your website after switching over to Squarespace, this is a really great way to get a beautiful and functional site that you feel really proud of without having to spend thousands of dollars on custom design. Our templates are really easy to customize, and once you choose and purchase one, it's delivered directly into your Squarespace account, so you can start making it your own right away. This drastically speeds up your setup time and eliminates the need for you to have to pick a free template and figure out how to start from scratch. Something that you might also find super helpful if you're coming from WordPress is that all of our templates come with a full library of resources and tutorials covering exactly how to set up your new template, how to use the Squarespace editor, and how to launch your website. You can view all of our premium Squarespace template designs at bigcatcreative.com/templates. We have a ton of different styles, so you're sure to find something that suits your fancy. So definitely take a look at those and make the decision on how you want to get your website started. Step two is going to be exporting your content from WordPress and importing it into Squarespace. To do this, you'll first need to log into your WordPress site. And in your My Home dashboard sidebar menu, click on Tools and then Export. Under Choose What to Export, you can either select all content to export everything from your website, or you can select specific types of content if you only want to export certain things. You can then click on the Download Export File button to export all of your content as a .xml file to your computer. Once you've done all of that, head back into your Squarespace website and navigate to the Import-Export panel by clicking the / key on your keyboard and typing in import and export content, and that will take you directly to this panel. From here, you'll want to click on Import and then choose WordPress. In this window, you'll want to click on Advanced, and then under Processor, you'll have a couple of options. If you've used any text style or markdown markup language in your WordPress content, you can go ahead and choose those options from this drop-down menu. Otherwise, just go ahead and leave it as standard WordPress. Next, you can click into this XML export upload field to choose your .xml file from your computer, or you can just simply drag it here into this box. And once that's uploaded, you can go ahead and click on Import. After you've clicked Import, a progress bar will appear to show that your content is in fact importing. And the amount of time this takes will just depend on the size of your original WordPress website. But when all of your content is finished importing, a success message will appear, and you'll be able to find all of your page content in the Not Linked section of your Pages panel, which leads us into step 3 of the process, which is to adjust and enable all of your imported pages. So like I just mentioned, when your WordPress content gets transferred over, the pages automatically get put into the Not Linked section of your Pages panel, which you can navigate to by clicking on Pages in your main menu and then scrolling to the Not Linked section. If you aren't using a pre-designed template like the ones that we sell, and you just want to keep your new Squarespace website looking as similar as possible to your old WordPress site, then it's going to be really important for you to check your imported pages to make sure that all of the content was transferred properly and that you're happy with how the pages look. Now, just be aware that this is most likely going to be the most time-consuming step of the entire transfer. Building in Squarespace is a lot different than building in WordPress, especially if you've never used the Squarespace platform before. So you're likely going to have to learn how to design pages from scratch and use the editing software. But once you get the hang of it, it's going to become second nature. And Squarespace has a ton of really incredible resources. They have this entire Getting Started page that you can find in their Help Center that has a bunch of Squarespace basics, getting started with your site, getting started with building your first Squarespace website. So you can go ahead and walk through all of these different resources, which we have linked in the blog post that is below this video, and this is going to help you so much. And again, all of the info that you might need to customize the design of your pages is covered in the resources library if you purchase one of our premium Squarespace templates. We'll walk you through all of it via video tutorials and super helpful guides, so that is definitely something to keep in mind. And then once you're happy with the design of your pages, you'll also need to enable each of them, as they'll have been turned to disabled during the transfer. And this means that they're not technically live on your website yet. You'll also be able to tell which pages are currently disabled because they take on this sort of faded gray color, which means that it's not active, it's disabled. So when you're ready to enable a page, hover over the page name and click on the cog icon to the right, and the settings window will pop up. From here, you can click into the General tab and scroll down to where it says Enable Page, and you can go ahead and toggle this option on. And that page will then officially be active on your Squarespace website. So if you click Save and exit out of the settings window, you can see that my contact page is now no longer faded. It is bolded, just like all of my other navigation items, and that means that it is officially active and live on my website. And then if you'd like to make any of the pages that are currently in your Not Linked section available in your main menu, all you need to do is click and drag the page name up into the main navigation section of your Pages panel, and it will go ahead and add it into your main menu. Okay, step 4 in the process is now to organize all of your blog posts. So sometimes when you transfer your blog posts from WordPress to Squarespace, they can come in separated into different blogs. And this is probably because Squarespace is translating any WordPress blog categories into actual separate blogs. And generally, if you're blogging with Squarespace, we recommend having one main blog, so you can see how this issue might be a little annoying. Don't worry though, there is a pretty easy fix here. So first things first, we recommend going in and creating one main blog for your website. You can do this in either the main navigation or the not linked section. Wherever you choose to create it, just go ahead and click on the plus sign and then scroll down to choose blog. You can then choose from any of the blog layouts and give your new blog a name. I'm just going to call this main blog for the purpose of this video. This main blog is now going to be the bread and butter blog page where visitors will go when they want to read all of your blog content. So what we're going to do is move all of the imported blog posts into this new main blog, and then you can go ahead and separate them into categories for organization. So once you've created your new main blog, just go ahead and navigate into one of the imported WordPress blogs, and it will open up this blog panel where all of your individual blog posts will show up. To move these blog posts, you'll want to start by clicking the checkbox next to one of them. And then from here, you can either just individually check the boxes of the blog posts that you want to move, or you can choose select all on this bar that pops up down here at the bottom, and that will select all of the blog posts that are a part of this blog. Once you've selected all of your blog posts, click on move down here at the bottom. Choose your new main blog from the list of collections that show up, and then click move posts. You'll then see, if I go back into my pages panel and click into that main blog that I created, that all of those blog posts have now been moved into this one blog. And you can go ahead and do that with any individual blogs that were created during the transfer, and then just delete those old blogs when you're done. And once everything is moved into your main blog and you're happy with how things are, you can go ahead and create new categories to separate and organize all of your blog posts. Now let's move on to step 5, which is to check and map all of your URLs. So if you've already had a somewhat established website on WordPress, then it's likely that people are going to have links of yours saved, or that some of your older links will be displayed on search engines like Google or Pinterest. In this case, it is really important to make sure that if someone were to click on one of those old links, that they're going to end up on the correct post or page that's now on your new website. The best thing to do here is to first check that all of your regular pages in Squarespace have the same URLs as before. You can go ahead and edit the URL slug for pages by clicking on the cog icon next to a page name, and then under General, head to where it says URL slug. These should all be the same as they were on your WordPress site, but it's definitely still worth checking just to be safe. And if you need to make any changes, you can just click into this URL slug field here and make the changes that you need. Next, you might consider creating some URL redirects for content like blog posts, which will forward people away from a page that no longer exists to one that's active. To get started with those, navigate to the URL mappings panel in your settings by clicking on the / key on your keyboard and typing in URL mappings. And then in this main URL mappings text box, you're going to want to add a little bit of mapping code that looks like this. And you can go ahead and find this in the blog post that will be linked in the description below this video. So you can just go ahead and copy and paste that into this URL mappings text box. And then you can customize things according to your old URL and your new URL. So your old URL might have been something like blog-post-name, and your new blog URL might be something like blog/blog-post-name. They might be slight differences, but it's still important to note if there is a difference and to make sure that that's corrected. This is then going to make it so that when anyone visits the old URL, they'll be automatically redirected to the correct page on your new Squarespace website. Now, these redirects aren't going to officially function until your domain is connected, which we will be going over next. But since they're really important, it is worth just getting them added ASAP. And then once your domain is set, you can then go back in and check your work by visiting all of your old URLs to see if you are correctly redirected. And you can add as many redirects as you'd like to this URL mappings text box. So be sure to cover all blog posts and individual pages necessary. And of course, as always, be sure to click save when you are done with your changes. And if you need a little bit more guidance with this process, since I know it can be a little bit tricky to get the hang of, we have a really in-depth post talking all about why URL redirects are so important and how to create them in Squarespace, so you can check that out, which will be linked in the blog post in the description below this video. All right, now that you have all of your content imported and you finalized your site design, you want to take care of some final Squarespace settings and make sure that your site is fully set to be launched. Now, if you've purchased one of our Squarespace templates, we will provide you with a full library of tutorials that walk you through exactly how to set up your site and what to go through before you launch. Really important things like SEO descriptions and getting your images optimized and all of the legal little privacy data things that you need to get taken care of. That will all be covered and included in these resources and tutorials. But if you're not using one of our templates, some of the really important things to keep an eye out for are your business information, your SEO settings, things like image optimization, adding your logo, your social logo, and your favicon, updating your 404 not found page. And to help you out, we have created the ultimate website pre-launch checklist, which you can go through before launching. This is going to ensure that all ends are tied and that your site is ready for ultimate success. And that will also be linked in the blog post below this video. So be sure to check that out before you're ready to go live. Then it's time to upgrade your Squarespace plan and really get prepared to launch. So in order to do this, you're going to want to click the slash key on your keyboard and type in billing to be taken to the billing panel of your settings. And then from here, you can click into subscriptions. You can then click on your website under trial subscriptions. And from here, go ahead and click on subscribe, and all of the Squarespace plan information will be brought up, and you can go ahead and choose the plan that works the best for you. Alternatively, you might see this blue subscribe button at the very bottom of your website while you're in the back end. And you can also click this blue subscribe button to choose a plan that way as well. And the final step, once all of that is taken care of, is going to be to connect your domain. If you're transferring your website from WordPress, the odds are that you already have a domain name that you'd like to keep. And the good news is that you can easily keep your domain and connect it to Squarespace with just a few clicks. So to do this, again, click the slash key on your keyboard and type in domains to be taken to the domains panel. And then from here, click on use a domain I own. You can then go ahead and type in your domain and click enter. And you'll be given two different options for connecting your domain. First is transfer domain. And with this option, you'll fully move your domain from the third-party provider you purchased it with to Squarespace so that you'll then be able to manage all of your domain billing and settings directly from your Squarespace account. And this is definitely the recommended option just because it makes things so much more seamless and more convenient for you. There's also the option to just simply connect your domain. And with this option, your domain will become connected to your Squarespace website, but it will still be managed by the third-party provider from which you purchased it from. So you'll have your domain connected, but you'll have to manage all of the settings and billing information in that separate platform. Once you've decided on which option you're going to choose, just go ahead and click on it and follow the steps that they give you to connect. And just keep in mind that your domain can take up to 48 hours to connect, so you'll want to get this taken care of with plenty of time to spare if you plan to launch on a specific day. And if for some reason you would just like to purchase a brand new domain through Squarespace, all you need to do is head back into this domains panel and instead click on Get a Domain. You'll then be taken to this new window where you can search for and purchase any new domain name and get things set up from there. Okay, phew, that is a wrap on transferring your website from WordPress to Squarespace. There may be a lot of steps, but once you break it down, they're really not all that complicated. And once you've gone through them all, you'll be ready to confidently set up your new Squarespace website and get it launched to the public proudly. I hope this guide was helpful and that you now feel confident to make this switch. I promise you won't regret it. Welcome to the Squarespace squad. And if you're looking for more content like this, be sure to follow along and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We post new videos almost every single week, and I'll see you in the next one.